2 children vanish without a trace, and a community is left holding its breath. The disappearance of Lily and Jack has unfolded into one of the most exhaustive investigations in recent memory, with court records now revealing just how far the Royal Canadian Mounted Police have gone in pursuit of answers. Subscribe to the channel. Newly unsealed court filings shed light on the first crucial hours after the children were reported missing. Investigators wasted no time in mobilizing. The family home was quickly secured, with officers moving systematically through each room to document, preserve, and collect anything that might later prove important. Investigators traced the last confirmed movements of Lily and Jack, questioned immediate relatives and neighbors, and began mapping out possible routes the children might have taken. Nothing was overlooked. Even in the very first stage, detectives seemed aware that small, seemingly ordinary items could hold extraordinary significance in determining what happened. That urgency, captured in the court documents, set the pace for a months-long search that has demanded both precision and patience, combining the instincts of human testimony with the rigor of forensic science. One of the earliest tools employed was polygraph testing. The documents reveal that 4 immediate family members stepped forward to undergo polygraph examinations. In cases like these, polygraphs are not about proving guilt or innocence, but about assessing the reliability of testimony at a time when delays can cost lives. The results suggested that each participant had responded truthfully, which allowed investigators to recalibrate their focus. While polygraph results are not admissible in court as absolute evidence, they play a role in shaping investigative strategy. In this case, they served as a signpost, pushing detectives to look beyond the immediate family circle for clues and potential explanations. For officers pressed for time and resources, that guidance was invaluable. The gathering of personal belongings provided another important foundation. Toothbrushes, a single sock, and a distinctive pink blanket were all taken from the family home for forensic testing. These were not simply sentimental items. They were reference points, giving forensic experts DNA profiles to compare against samples found elsewhere. If hair, fibers, or skin cells turned up during searches, these belongings could serve as the standard for confirmation. In particular, the pink blanket became a critical symbol, both for investigators and the public. It was an object intimately tied to Lily and Jack, and any fragment or trace connected to it had the potential to unlock new leads. Beyond what was found inside the house, investigators expanded their search outward using digital evidence. Court filings show how detectives pieced together cell phone metadata, GPS records, and banking transactions to create a digital footprint of movements in the hours around the disappearance. Surveillance cameras along highways and outside businesses added another layer of verification, producing a timeline that blended human activity with technological markers. This digital reconstruction, though painstaking, provided a clearer sense of where vehicles and individuals traveled, narrowing the windows of time that mattered most. Each data point was another piece in a complex puzzle, requiring skilled analysis to separate meaningful patterns from background noise. Soon after, fragments believed to be from the pink blanket were discovered near the family's home. This became one of the most significant developments. Forensic experts began analyzing the fibers for DNA, stains, and chemical residue that could reveal where the blanket had been, how it was moved, and what it had come into contact with. Even the smallest fibers can hold critical information about whether they were exposed to vehicles, outdoor conditions, or other people. In the absence of clear sightings, this kind of evidence became central to the search, hinting at movements and locations still concealed from direct view. The blanket fragments served as both physical proof and a powerful reminder of what was at stake. The community also played a major role. The RCMP received more than 740 public tips, alongside over 9,300 video submissions from private citizens and businesses. Every tip had to be carefully logged, cross-checked, and assessed against existing evidence. Investigators knew most leads would not pan out, but they could not afford to ignore any of them. A single overlooked detail could be the breakthrough needed. The massive inflow of information showed the community's determination to help, but it also placed enormous pressure on investigators to manage the volume responsibly. Sorting through thousands of hours of footage and countless written tips is slow, deliberate work, but essential to separating speculation from solid leads. Among the tips, one in particular drew attention. A witness claimed to have seen two children near a sedan on a roadway close to the family's neighborhood. Such an account carried potential weight, but investigators approached it with measured caution. Eyewitness memory, especially under emotional stress, is often unreliable. Police had to match this account with surveillance footage, GPS records, and forensic findings before drawing conclusions. This careful balancing act, respecting the courage of witnesses while resisting premature assumptions, has been a hallmark of the RCMP's approach, reflecting their commitment to evidence-driven results rather than speculation. Court filings also revealed that family statements sometimes contained inconsistencies. These were not immediately treated as signs of wrongdoing, but rather as possible results of stress, trauma, and emotional shock. Detectives nonetheless cross-referenced every discrepancy with other evidence. In missing persons cases, small contradictions can sometimes reveal overlooked details, but they can also simply reflect the confusion and fear families experience in moments of crisis. For investigators, the challenge was to pursue truth without compounding the suffering of those already devastated by the loss. Meanwhile, public pressure only grew. Social media lit up with theories, accusations, and unverified claims. Rumors spread quickly, often faster than official updates. The RCMP responded by asking the public to remain calm, to resist speculation, and to contribute only information that could be verified. False leads not only waste time, but also risk damaging the reputations and well-being of innocent people. By urging restraint, the RCMP emphasized the importance of trust in professional process and the danger of allowing misinformation to drive the narrative. By mid-July, investigators clarified that the case was still classified as a missing persons investigation. Despite the extensive evidence gathered, from polygraphs to blanket fibers to digital timelines, there was still no conclusive proof of foul play. The absence of bodies, definitive DNA matches, or direct witnesses meant the inquiry remained focused on finding Lily and Jack alive, however slim that hope might appear. Forensic laboratories continued their meticulous work, search teams pressed forward, and detectives remained on the trail of every plausible lead. The RCMP made it clear that their urgency had not faded and that the ultimate mission was still recovery and resolution. The case highlights important truths about how modern investigations unfold. Digital footprints, such as cell data and surveillance, can often map out movements with remarkable precision. Physical evidence, like blanket fragments, provides tactile proof that can confirm or challenge digital timelines. Polygraphs, though limited, can help investigators focus their resources more efficiently. And community involvement, while essential, must be managed carefully to separate helpful insight from harmful rumor. Each element, on its own, is incomplete. But together, they form a comprehensive picture that gradually pushes investigators closer to the truth. The disappearance of Lily and Jack is more than a heartbreaking mystery. It is a test of persistence, discipline, and trust in the investigative process. The RCMP's exhaustive work underscores how complex such cases are and how vital it is for communities to support investigations with patience and credible information. Even now, with uncertainty still hanging heavy, the search continues with the same determination that marked the very first days. In moments like these, the strength of a community and the dedication of investigators are measured by their ability to hold on to both hope and focus. Subscribe for more updates.